Hey guys, at the end of the tutorial you should be able to make your pattern. This is the front and this is the back. This is what the front looks and this is what the back looks. So let's go over to the tutorial. Measurement. I've gone ahead to do the shoulder. I've done the starting line. So from the starting line I did the shoulder divided by 2, which is 7.5, and then I marked from here to here is the shoulder to nipple line. Here to here the shoulder to nipple line. From here to here is shoulder to waist. From here to here is the length of the bustier top. So let's say you want, mine is I'm joining it with a down part, making it a dress. But let's say you want to make it as a top, you do your desired length as it like a top. Next thing we do is we'll roll these lines out. So but before you do that, you will do at this point here, you will take 7.5. Now don't worry. So you connect it like this, then you come down by 1 inch and then you slope. I'm making it neat here. The next thing you take is your shoulder, your armhole line, and at this point you roll it out like this. You take this point, which is the middle point, you come in by 1/2 inch and then you connect. So then you connect like this. So for this you have been able to get normal, you're trying to draft the normal bodies. So for the neckline, we need, you can do between 3.5 to 3 inches. I'm making mine 3.5 and this is 3.5, and I'm making the neckline, I don't want it too down, so I'm making it 3 inch. So I've connected the neckline. The next thing I want to do is to now start the bustier pattern itself. So you have to now think where you want your yoke to be. So first of all, you have to calculate where you want your yoke to be and then you measure. So if you want your yoke not to show any cleavage, you should play between 6 and 7 inches. That should be what you should do. You know that you want it revealing, you can go by 9, 10, 11, you can go down depending. So for me, for me, I want my yoke to be 7 inches. So I'll mark 7 inches. And the next thing, I'll roll it. So I'll roll it out. Now I'll start taking my measurement. So at this point, so this is the shoulder to nipple point. At this point, when you took your shoulder to your nipple line, you start drafting your shoulder. You draft your nipple to your nipple measurement by half. So if your nipple to your nipple measurement is 8, you divide it by 2 and then you mark 4. If it is 4.5, you mark 4.5. For me, for this, that my camera is not actually recording, and so let me go out and do this tutorial and explain what I did over again. So for this, I took shoulder. Let me get a paper, so when I get a paper I can illustrate what I have done so far here. So let me slide. My phone was not recording, so the next thing I did was I took your nipple to your nipple measurement. So this is the chest line, this is the shoulder to nipple, this is the shoulder to underbust, this is the shoulder to waist, and this is the full length of the bustier. So I went ahead to take nipple to nipple measurement straight, and then I went ahead to connect it. The next thing I did was for this shoulder to underbust point and for this shoulder to waist point, I came in by 1 inch. So let's assume, let's do this. This is 1 inch, and this is 1 inch. This is 1 inch. For this point, I went out by 1.5 inch. So this is 1.5. Sorry, for the waist, I went out by 1 inch. For the full length, the down part, I went out by 1 inch. But for the under bust, I went out by 1.5. And the waist, I went out by 1.5. So connecting, we'll connect here like this, and we'll connect here straight. So I'll come down by 1 inch. So let's assume this is 1 inch. I'll come down by 1 inch, and I'll connect this, and then I'll connect here. I hope you understand. So this is the chest line, and what I did was to get the yoke. So I said, if you have watched my tutorial before, if you want your breast to be revealing at your yoke part, you can come down to 8-9. But if you don't want it, you'll come down by 7 inches. So let me assume this is 7 inches. I will mark here. So I'll draft here like this. I'll roll it out like this. So this is for the yoke distance. Now let me show you what it is on my. As you can see, what I've replicated here. This is what is here, and this is what is here. This is the yoke. This is the chest line, and this is shoulder. So you can see that this is what I have here that I've drafted here. Please, if you have not subscribed and you have watched to this point, please subscribe to my channel. So the next thing is, at this yoke point, you still do this this 4.5, which is your shoulder to, which is your nipple to nipple, which is your nipple to nipple distance. So you're rolling it out here. Now for this upside, you come down, you go out by 1 inch, you come here by 1 inch, and for this shoulder to nipple line, you go up by 1 inch. So this is shoulder to nipple line, you come up by 1 inch, you mark here. At this point, which is this yoke side, you go out by 1 inch, you come in by 1 inch. You can connect it as a straight line, but I don't want it to be straight. Now you see, and if you can see, your bustier is actually coming out very, very nice. It's actually coming out so nice. So all you need to do is to blend here to here. So blending is just you attaching it to this line without it forming a sharp point. So I blended here together. The next measurement you start taking is, you take your bust divided by 2, you mark here. Now if you see these 2 lines here, so let's just assume this 2 is like half an inch. For this point, this line here, let's assume is almost 1 inch. So let's just attach 1 inch for this closing of this, and then you add your allowance that you want, your seam allowance that you want. You do the same for this shoulder to under bust line. So this is already 2.5. Your shoulder to under bust measurement, you take it, you add the 2.5, you mark, and then you add the same allowance, you mark. You do the same on this full length, you mark. Now what we have here for this full length is 2 inch. So you add this 2 inch, and then you add the 2 inch. You want to connect it. Like I used to say, you connect it gradually. So as you can see, it's coming out very, very nice. This is actually getting the measurement for the cup. Next thing you're going to do is, as you can see, this point we have 2 inches out. And imagine you're attaching these 2 inches back. That means this side, this point of the armhole will be shorter. So we want to increase this 2 inch. We want to add it back here. Now, there was a video I did. I'm going to attach it. You can actually close it back and draft it back again. So after closing it, after adding the allowance you want to correct it before cutting to your fabric, you can actually do that. So this is the 2-inch allowance. So I'm trying to, I'll just lightly, connect it to meet here. Don't worry, we'll connect it to meet here. So for this, I want the yoke to be straight. But if you want your yoke to be curvy, you can just come down by 1 inch. Like you want your sweetheart yoke, kind of, just come down by 1 inch. Please, this is for, I'm trying to do this for people that don't want their bust to be revealing. If you want yours to be revealing, please feel free to come down by 2 inch and the rest 2.5 because you want it to your bust to show. But if you don't want it, please 1 inch. Even if you can even make it 6 and then come down by 1 inch, so that total everything you have is 7 inches, so that you don't have an issue of complaining of your breasts showing so much and you're uncomfortable. But if you know that you want it to show, feel free to play. So now this is what we're going to cut. We'll be cutting this one is out, this is out, so we're cutting this point, you get, and this point. We are not cutting this. I'm not doing, I want my neckline to be straight. So this is the yoke and this is the bustier. So you see I've been able to close here, and like I said, if you see, if this thing is sitting properly, you can see that automatically is almost the same line. Now you can see this is the line of the armhole, so automatically it's almost the same line. So you see why I added this. So by the time you join it, you don't have like a shortage at the armhole side. I want the armhole to properly cover very well. So I'm extending for the back. This is the only measurement you need for the back. So quickly, I've done, this is the zip, this is for the zip. So if you want yours to have a lace back, you know what to do. You don't need to do the zip part. So I will still do the same measurement I did up 7.5. I'll come down by 1 inch. I'll slope. So the measurement is from this line, not from the zip line. I'll take the neckline, which is 3.5, and then I'll mark. I'll come down from this point and I'll extend. So I'm extending this. This is the chest line. So on this line, I'm coming out by 7.5, which is the same thing. And I'm connecting it like this. So the next thing I'll be doing is to get the midpoint. Yeah, there's a midpoint. Now for the shoulder to nipple measurement, I would still take the nipple to nipple measurement. I'll go down to the waist, half of it back here, half of it back. Now for the shoulder to the waist, I'll come in by 1 inch here and out by 1 inch. You can do yours you can do yours half inch. Sorry. So at this point, we already have it. Now I want to connect here to form like a cone. I don't want it to get to the down part. I'll do the same for the up part. I don't want it that bad. So now I want to take the neckline for the back. So first of all, you have to determine what you want, how you want your yoke to look like for the back. Now you can make yours. So let's assume this is the back. You can make yours, you know, let's say this is the yoke. From here, you can make it like this. You can also make it like a regular yoke back. So just like this, you know, from here, like a V for the regular yoke back. And you can make yours, instead of having like a yoke, you can make yours just a regular back. I hope you understand. Like just this is the regular back. So you take your normal measurement. If it is this, you get your zip, you just make it a regular back, like a normal bodice regular back, instead of this thing I'm trying to do. For me, I'm trying to create a yoke for my back, and then I want to come down for the yoke. I want it to be V-shaped, so I want to come down by 8 inches. So this is how I want my back to look like. So because I want the upside to be net, I want the front side of the yoke to be net and the back side of the yoke to be net. That's what I want to do. Like if I want the back side to be the regular fabric, I won't need to do it like this. I will just extend. I'll just extend this point out. And then the next thing I will do is, for this point, I will do the armhole measurement. So for the armhole curve, this is for the back. I'll go ahead to do, from this zip line, I'll go ahead to do nipple to nipple measurement. Shoulder bust divided by 4 measurements. So I'll do bust divided by shoulder measurement, bust divided by 4 measurement. I will take allowance. I'll do the same thing for the waist. 2 inch, another 2 inch. I'm doing 3 inch down here. So when you're looking at it like this, it looks funny, right? But it's because I didn't, this dart going up out, I didn't take like half an inch or so, so that this place can extend, so that it can form. I only took at this waist, the waist part. Now for the zip side, I'll come in for the waist by half an inch, and then I'll mark. So this I want my back to look like with the yoke. You see why the back is different from the front from this? You could see that for the front, because you're covering this part, you're picking out this part, the yoke is not literally going to balance, just like what the front looks like. For the back is going to balance, but the front, this is what the front looks like. Let me take this on the side. This is the front. Now you see that there's like a distance. So because of this allowance I did here, if I was actually cutting this on the exact this exact line, like you see this pattern matching. If I cut this on the exact line, I will have like my bust showing here, because after snatching this point, you need to replace the same dart you're taking here. You need to take it back here. So now you see why it's looking like this. I will put it down. I'll spread it here so to see what the front and the back looks like, and then I'll go ahead to cut it on my fabric. Now cutting it on my fabric, I will add allowance here for sewing allowance here, for sewing allowance for this part, the upside, for sewing allowance for this upside, for sewing allowance for the next side, for the shoulder slope. I'll do the same thing for both sides. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. The next tutorial will be on how to join it to make it one piece. Thank you. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel, like and share. Bye.